However, we do know that there are a lot of recounts going on and a lot of things happening around the county, and people have other meetings to attend.
Really?
And I know that I've gotten a call from several people that they're running late, and we're not going to wait on them. Not this time, anyway. But I want to thank everybody and welcome everybody. Today, the role of Chevron Jones, who is our outgoing delegation chair, will be played by my good friend Evan Jennings. But it's also good that we all know each other because we can interchange. I was looking for Gottlieb. Did he arrive yet?
I don't see him.
Kirsty, can you call Rep. Gottlieb for me? And we're going to get started. Evan.
It rhymed. It almost rhymes. The first syllable. Yes, please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the opening meeting for this iteration of the Broward Legislative Delegation. It is my honor to sit for a couple minutes in my friend Chevron Jones's stead. And we will begin by calling this meeting to order. So, having done so, I would ask that we all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
There's a flag.
Flag right back. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States.
Evening. I'm Miss Nesbitt, the proud principal at Sanders Park Elementary School. Today, I am joined by Gustavo Renteria, 2nd grade, Carter Hughes, 3rd grade, Nyla Powell, 4th grade, Michaela Anderson, 5th grade, and Miss Fleming, my assistant principal, who will be leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you for this opportunity. At this time, please rise and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Again, thank you for the opportunity to lead the pledge this evening during your Broward delegation meeting. It is special to us not only out of pride and honor, but also because we are happy to share the spotlight with one of our Sanders Park graduates, your incoming chair, State Senator Perry Thurston. Remember, Senator Thurston, once an eagle, always an eagle. Thank you.
Well, that was a pledge so nice we needed to do it twice.
No, I thank you, John, for letting me know that was coming. Senator Book, you know, the technology kind of gets ahead of me, but I did graduate from Sanders Park Elementary School there in Pompano Beach, Florida. It was a great school back then, and it's a great school now. We'll now have the roll call.
Here.
Here. Senator Farmer.
Here.
Senator Vice Chair Thurston.
Here.
Chair Jones. Representative Williams. Representative Lamarca.
Here.
Representative DeVos.
Here.
Representative Encore. Representative Shofsky.
Here.
Representative Daly. Representative Gottlieb.
Here.
Just in time.
Representative James.
Here.
How's that for now?
Representative Gillett.
Here.
Representative Woodson.
Here.
Representative Robinson.
Here.
Representative Fabricio.
Here.
Representative Bartleman.
Here.
Representative Ferrero.
He called and advised he's running about 30 minutes late.
Same place, different time.
Did you say we have a quorum?
Yes, we have quorum.
You know, there's no competition here, but I did want to indicate that all the senators of the delegation happen to be here. just for the record, Chip. We're not in competition with the House or anything, but we're all
No,
here.
it's probably a good thing since they win all the time in the House.
No, you're supposed to be here, but all the senators are here, so.
You're not counting Senator Jones?
Oh,
Oh,
damn.
yeah.
So we're gonna have a. That's right.
or
He has
Senator
not been
Polsky.
sworn. He's still a House member. So,
Senator Polsky's
John, are
here.
we going to have
Well, Ray
the
ain't here.
presence of my superintendent and?
He's ready to go. He's going to be speaking to you from the ceiling.
All righty. Well, then, more technology. Let's welcome Dr. Robert Runcie from the Broward School Superintendent.
Hey, Senator Thurston. Hey, thank you, and I just want to say good evening to all of our delegation members there. First, I want to continue to tell you how much I appreciate your dedication and commitment to our communities, our families, and our schools as we continue to strive to create a better future for the next generation. That's our mission. That's our goal that we continue to stay focused on no matter what challenges we have in front of us. So as we're all preparing for the next legislative session, we know that our schools here in Broward and throughout the entire state will continue to face some difficult challenges because this pandemic is still going to impact us. So we are asking this delegation to continue your fight for our children and families by championing 3 priorities, right? And so let me just highlight the 3 priorities for this legislative session that can have a dramatic impact on us. First is we need to allow the forecasted FTE, that is the per student funding. Sorry, getting some feedback there. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, so the first piece is that we need to ensure that the per student funding for the 2021 school year remains at the fully funded level throughout the rest of the year. This was done in the current executive order, which held school districts in Florida harmless for enrollment declines resulting from pandemic-related challenges. The second piece is that we need to maintain full funding for innovative learning environment that is now allowed under the executive order. What that means is that we've got to be able to allow our families to continue to have real choice as they make the decision for their children to receive face-to-face instruction on our school campuses, or they make a decision to elect to continue to do virtual learning for a whole host of reasons. But we have to be able to give our families that choice. Without these items, we could lose as much as $200 million, which would be catastrophic for the viability of this district. And the last piece, the third piece that we want to focus on is the use of state assessment results for this school year and adjusting how we use them for accountability purposes. So we are continuing to ask that we waive sanctions related to third grade promotions and the course exams, graduation requirements, and suspend school letter grades. This is a very difficult year to do assessments and have those assessments have any real viability because we have children learning in schools, we have children learning at home, there's a hybrid going on, and so it's hard to give a valid test under the conditions that we currently face. We continue to know that this year is going to be a challenging one for all of you in the legislature, but again, we ask for your continued prioritization on public education. Without that, I believe that our communities, our neighborhoods, and our economy will suffer. Again, I want to thank everyone, each of you, for your continued support of our students, teachers, and staff. And finally, I want to wish each and every one of you and your families a safe and joyful Thanksgiving holiday. I know it's early, but it'll be here before we know it. So again, thank you all.
Thank you, Mr. Runcie. And if I know that Representative Balderman is used to this sound coming and you coming in like the voice of God, but the others of us isn't. But it sounded like you said that you really want to keep the executive order in place as it is right now, or were you advocating some change?
That is absolutely correct. The provisions that are in the current executive order, they need to continue. Now, the current executive order expires in December. What we're asking is for the new executive order that's issued continue to give Broward County and all districts in the state continued flexibility to provide choice to our parents and also to maintain the same level of funding for the school year, which, by the way, was already passed and adopted by the legislature. So there's not a financial cost to anything that we're asking for.
Well, thank you, Mr. Runson. You know, I just had you down for a welcome. I didn't know you were advocating, but we appreciate you. I guess if you have us at your attention in your building, it's your time to let us know what you want. But we appreciate you, and we appreciate that extended welcome that you gave us.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you all, and have a good meeting, and we'll be in touch. Thank you.
All right. Delegation, we're moving right along, and we're not waiting on anyone. I know Chev is on his way. But what we're going to do is we're going to have an introduction of the delegation members. But what I would ask is that those of us who've been here for a while, just introduce yourself and let us hear from our new members. So that way we can keep it moving. So for the older members, if you could, I see some of our aides are here. If you could just tell us your district, and if you have a aide here, we would like to know who they are. And then for your new members, if you tell us if you used to be in local government, municipalities, if you did something before, or whatever you did, let us know so we'll know a little bit about you and your spouse and your children. We want to hear from you. Gary, not so much. And I'll start with my leader, Senator Gary Farmer.
Thank you, Senator and good friend. I'm Gary Farmer, Senator for District 34 and the incoming minority leader for the Senate Democratic Caucus. Hi, everybody. It's good to see everybody. Haven't been together in a long time.
Any staff here?
I do not have any staff here, no.
Evan Jenny, District 99, Southeast Broward County.
Representative Williams.
Good afternoon. Well, good evening. Patricia Williams. Hear me? Hear me? Can you hear me now?
I hear you.
Okay, I am Patricia Williams, District 92, and I have my assistant here. Ms. Natalie Charles is in the back, the best assistants in Broward County.
And I'm going to just say Christine, because you got to educate us all on the pronunciation of the last name.
Hi, everybody. I'm so grateful to be here. I'm Christine Hunchofsky. It's just a lot of letters. District 96, which is Parkland, Coconut Creek, majority of Margate, and some of Coral Springs. For those of you who don't know me, I was the mayor of Parkland from 2016 to 2020. Prior to that, I served on the commission from 2013, and prior to that, I served on our Education Advisory Board for 7 years. Born and raised in Boston, Massachusetts. Moved down here 20 years ago. My husband and I, our oldest was 2 at the time. I was pregnant with our youngest, and now we're empty nesters. So, and I'm very honored to be here, and thank you very much.
Representative Woodson.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. My name is Marie Woodson, as you stated. I'm a former public administrator. I represent District 101. Former public administrator for Miami-Dade County government, started at a young age. I made 35 years before I decided to go and run for office. I was also the chairwoman of the Commission for Women and a member of the Legislative Committee for many years. So I am here to serve with you, and I look forward to working with every single one of you. I'm married with 2 children, live in Hollywood for 26 years, and serve on 3 boards in Hollywood as well. So I'm here to work with all of you. Thank you.
Representative Polsky, Senator Polsky, you've been around for a while, but we haven't had the opportunity for you to be part of our delegation, so we want to give you an opportunity to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself as well.
Sure, thank you. I am Tina Polsky. I'm delighted to be here. Have been the representative for 2 years for District 81, which was southwestern Palm Beach County. I was lucky enough to be next door neighbors to Representative Gottlieb in the House. Now I am I've taken Kevin Rader's seat, so it's District 29, and it's similar areas of Palm Beach, southwestern Palm Beach County, but bordering right into the areas that Representative Hunchofsky represents, Parkland, Coconut Creek, and parts of Coral Springs. I'm delighted to be here with the Broward delegation for the first time, so thank you for having me. I'll be married 25 years, probably on the budget weekend in April, so that'll suck. I have 2 kids, 20 and 17, 2 adorable rescue pups that I'm spending a lot of time with now that I will miss very much. And I know most of you except the new folks, so I'm looking forward to getting to know you, and thank you for having me here in Broward. Oh, and JJ Piscaldo is here with us, who is staying on from the prior office. Has been a mainstay in Broward politics, so very happy to have him here. Thank you.
Well, Representative Gottlieb, she's been married for 25 years, and I've known you for 25 years, so, and we're not married or anything, but why don't you introduce yourself?
Not sure how to follow that. Michael Gottlieb from District 98, what I like to call the heart of Broward County. This is my sophomore year, and I'm here with Linda, who I think is the best aide in Broward County. Linda Siegel. That's all I got. I've been here.
Chip, it's all yours. Representative
Senator, Senator, thank
it's
you.
all yours.
I am Chip Lamarck, and I represent District 93, which is Northeast Coastal Broward. Until last Tuesday, I was a party of 1 plus a little with Anna Maria, and now I have 3 delegation members from the Republican caucus. I'm very proud of that. I started my political work as a city commissioner in Lighthouse Point back in 2005. Spent 6 years doing that. Decided to go be a voice in sometimes an empty hallway in the Broward County Commission, and I did that for 8 years, but ran in 2018 to be a state rep. Enjoyed that so much I decided to do it again, and I'm proud of the work we get to do together in Tallahassee. I celebrated right in the beginning of in the lockdown my 25th anniversary. So no trip to northern Italy and France because that's where it was. Maybe we'll celebrate this year, but and I also have the undisputed greatest state House legislative aide. Corey Sinisa is somewhere. I think he's in the other room. Technically, I think he's still my campaign manager, but he's transitioning back. So thank you, Senator.
Thank you. Representative Fabricio. Did I get that right? Okay.
Hi, I'm Tom Fabricio. I represent District 103. It runs from Miramar down to Doral in Miami-Dade County. Prior to having this office, I was a member of the Broward County Charter Review Commission. I've also been a member of the Miramar Planning and Zoning Board and Broward Parks and Recreation Board. I'm an attorney. I actually practice right down the street at 110 East Broward Boulevard. Oh. I'm married. Laura and I have been married for just a little over 10 years, and we have 2 little girls, Veronica, who's 8, and Alexandra, who's 6. So they will be all coming up with me to Tallahassee, so that'll be it's going to be a fun trip.
We look forward to meeting them. Now, did you say you live in Miramar?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay. And Representative Geller.
Well, not much to say. I'm Joe Geller. I represent 100. That's Northeast Dade and Southeast Broward, just about 50-50. Glad to be back for my 4th and final term, hard to believe. I don't know if my terrific aide Joel is here, if he's made it outside, Joel Ramos. If he's here, he is the best. And if he's not, I'll turn it over to Rep. Bartleman.
Representative Bartleman.
I'm Robin Bartleman, and I have spent the last 16 years of my life in this building as a Broward County School Board member countywide. Before that, I was a Weston City Commissioner and Assistant Principal down in Liberty City, and I started my career teaching students with severe emotional disabilities.
Oh, you're in a good crowd.
I have 2 daughters, Emma and Sarah. You all will meet Emma because Sarah is a freshman at UF and having too much fun and says she has a test, so she can't come to the swearing in, but I think it's a
Okay.
party. And 3 dogs, which you'll all meet, my little chihuahuas. And I want to introduce my new aide, and for all the best aides in the room, he is brand new to the legislature, and I have a lot of faith in him, and his name is Nick Hessing, so if everyone can please embrace him back there. And we both have a lot to learn, so we'll be reaching out to all of you for support, but we're both very excited to be here, so thank you.
Representative Robinson.
Good evening. My name is Felicia Robinson, and I'm representing House District 102, which covers parts of Pines, Miramar, and Miami Gardens. So I'm going across the line. I'm from Miami Gardens. I served on their city council for 8 years, from 2010 to 2018. I'm a Miami-Dade County Public School educator with 26 years in, and I'm ready to get out here and make some things happen. I do have my aide here. Her name is Sheila Robinson. So I'm positive she fits in with all the rest of the best.
Thank you. Senator Book.
Well, you said that we'd been here while we were old, but I'm not old. I've just been here a minute. Senator Book, and I have the pleasure of representing Senate District 32, and I just look so much forward to getting back up to Tallahassee, and this is my first time out of the House since March, so I'm very happy to be here. And I do believe that I have the best aide in all of the legislature, Ms. Zoraida Druckman. And if anybody needs any help, call upon Zoraida. She is here to be helpful.
And my good friend, Representative Bobby DuBose.
Thank you, Senator. I'm Representative Bobby DuBose. I represent District 94. My staff isn't here, but what I think we can all agree on is that the Broward delegation has the best staff.
Representative Armfroy.
Thank you very much, Senator Thurston, Vice Chair. My name is Anika Umfroy. I represent House District 95. It is the heart, I believe, of Broward County, even though I think all my colleagues would say their area is the heart of Broward County. My amazing legislative aide is also here. His name is Vera Lloyd Bailey. And we look forward to welcoming you all to the Florida House as new members. And congratulations to all of you for making it back to the legislature. Thank you very much.
All right. I'm State Senator Perry Thurston, and I represent the heart of Broward County as well. And I represent Senate District 33, and I too have the best legislative aides in the House, and both of them are here. Latoya in the Senate. I was in the House before too, so, and that's Latoya Jones and Kirsty Clinton. And one of the things, for those of you who are new, if your aides are new, certainly you can feel free to call on any of our aides, and they will be willing to assist you with anything that you may need. Or any of us. If you need us for anything, please feel free to call on us. And Chip, I'm glad you've got some company here, expanding your reach. I'm gonna at this point, we'll have time to chat, and I look forward to meeting all your children and your spouses, and I know the new people are allowed to bring them to Tallahassee.
Dan Daly's on the line.
Oh, I'm sorry. Another voice of God.
And good evening, everybody. I'm sorry I couldn't be there. I don't know if I'm old or young or new or old. I don't really know. But I actually, if Mike Gottlieb's district is the heart of Broward, my district is the throat of Broward. I'm not really sure what that means, but listen, it's very exciting. I'm sorry I can't be there in person. I'm up at the Florida League of Cities conference in Orlando. Senator Pizzo and I were honored to receive an award from them today. So I had planned to be there in person, but looking forward to working with all of you in Tallahassee, and to the new members, congratulations. Feel free to reach out if there's anything me or my office can ever do. And I'm not there in person, but my awesome, amazing aide, Sarah Pariseau, is there, and my other aide, Stephanie Jean, may be as well. So thanks, everybody, and have a great night.
All right, thank you, Dan, and thank you for coming to us from the clouds. And now we will turn this over to the chairman of the Broward Legislative Delegation, who will introduce himself and his aides and take over the meeting. All right. And before I do that, Representative DuBose had brought to my attention that there are a few other people here. I know I saw one of the administrators from the one of the hospital districts. And if you could just loudly give us your name.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I'm Luby Navarro, Director of Government Affairs at Memorial Healthcare System. It's an honor for me to be here during this very special meeting, and I want to welcome all of you back that made it back and all of the new members. I look forward to working with you on behalf of Memorial Healthcare. Thank you.
And I know that Andrea Knowles is not here, but she is our executive director. And then we do have she's the executive director of the delegation, but our administrative coordinator is Sydney Wilson. Is Sydney still with us?
Hi, everyone. Good evening. It will be a pleasure to work with you all in the future.
And just so you all know, our counsel is Attorney Sean Shaw. I don't know if Sean is on.
I'm here, Mr. Chair. I appreciate it and look forward to doing whatever I need to do to help. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, I will now turn this over to our chairman, Chevin, Evan, the real Chevin Jones. He was playing you before.
That's all right. I appreciate that. I hope you did a good job, Evan. Thanks.
Often imitated, but never do.
Good evening, everyone. Excuse my tardiness. I was in Coral Gables for work today. Thank you all. My name is Chevron Jones, and I've had the pleasure of representing the 101st District. But now just one election as Senator-elect for Senate District 35. Happy to be a part of the delegation once again. Thank you, Chair Farmer, for starting the meeting off for us, and soon-to-be Chair Perry Thurston. So at this time, I'm going for allow comments. Go ahead.
Thank you, Chair Jones. I nominate Perry Thurston to serve as Broward Delegation Chair.
I'll second.
Thank you. So it has been nominated by Senator Farmer and seconded by Representative-elect Barterman. No? No? Yes. Okay. I was just making sure. All right.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, sir.
She's Rep. Bartleman. There's no elect, even though there hasn't been a swearing in. We have our offices now.
Okay. Well, Representative Barterman.
You're now Senator.
I appreciate that clarification. Just good to have a right? Nominations.
Move nominations to be closed.
So move, close nominations at this time and call for, no?
Second.
Oh, second, thank you. I'm trying to move fast, my bad. Yes.
Representative Omfroy?
Yes.
Representative Gottlieb?
Yes.
Representative Jenny?
Yes.
Representative Geller?
Proudly, yes.
Representative Woodson?
Definitely.
Representative
Thank you so much, and congratulations to Senator Perry Thurston, our new chair for the Broward delegation.
Thank you very much.
To nominate one of our great colleagues, Representative Michael Gottlieb. In the time since he's come to the House, Representative Gottlieb has distinguished himself tremendously. Everybody knows that he's a brilliant attorney. I'll put in the commercial right here. He does criminal defense primarily. If you get in trouble, he's your guy. But more than that, as a member of the House, he's shown a willingness to tackle tough issues, to weigh in, to do his homework, to stand up and be heard, to make a point representing this delegation and his constituents and all of this county. He's an outstanding leader. I look forward to the fact that he's going to be able to stick around for a little bit longer in that seat, but I think his leadership is evident, and I have no doubt that he'll do an outstanding job as vice chair of the delegation. And in the event that we have a circumstance where our great new chair is unable to be with us, I know that Representative Gottlieb won't miss a beat in picking up and making sure the delegation's work gets done. So it's my honor to nominate as vice chair, Representative Michael Gottlieb.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Representative Geller. Is there a second?
Second.
Several seconds. Are there any other nominations?
Mr. Chair, yes, I have another nomination.
The chair recognizes Representative Omfroy.
I would just like to nominate my colleague, Representative Chip LaMarca. Over the years of living in Broward County, I've watched as Representative LaMarca has taken the helm and been a diplomat and worked across the aisle to help secure Broward County's future. I received a call during the election cycle asking me to help and step in case Representative LaMarca did not make it back into office. I'm going to tell you today that it is important for us to reflect Broward County's population. We currently have 25% of Broward County's population being Republican, and the other portion of the voting population happens to be NPA. And it's far time that we start to make sure that our delegation reflects the voices of the population of Broward County. And we need to start working across the aisle. I watched as this delegation stepped in different ways to attack each other. And Broward is stronger together, and we need to work in coalition to ensure that Broward County makes it out of this recession and makes it out of this COVID crisis that we're currently going through. I ask today, Chair, that my colleagues relook at Representative LaMarca and decide that it's time, far time, to move politics out of our delegation and move forward with making sure that we work across the aisle starting now.
Thank you, Representative Omfroy. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been properly moved in second that we have two nominations for vice chair. So therefore, I think we have to have a vote. What'd you say? Oh, I'm sorry. Well, we have two nominations, so we will have a vote and a discussion. However, before we do that, certainly Representative Barrero to us taking the vote on the vice chair. Does there anybody have a problem with that? No. All right. So, Representative Barrero, what we did was for the new members, we just asked you to introduce service in any municipal capacity or whatever you do.
Tardiness, the rain has kind of deterred me a little bit. Took a little bit longer than anticipated to get up over here. But it's a pleasure to be with all of you. I am David Borrero, representing House District 105. As Senator Thurston was formerly alluding to, I used to be a commissioner for the great city of Sweetwater. I vacated my position there on November 2nd. Now I fill this position as state representative. I don't intend on nominating myself, so don't worry about that. But I do look forward to working with the entire Broward delegation, as I'm sure we have a very diverse backgrounds, and really strongly looking forward to working with all of you. So thank you, Senator.
Thank you, and welcome. Welcome. It's good to have you. Now, with regards to, was there any discussion with regards to the vice chair position? Did anyone have any comments prior to us taking the vote? Senator Jones.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chair. Yeah, I just want to just very briefly just kind of to bring us in on something, and that is that as it pertains to this delegation over the past 2 years. I understand where Representative Umfroy was saying, but I don't think any of the former members here would agree that that we as a delegation have been divided at all when we come to Tallahassee or anything. I think we work well together, and I think we do the job that's best for Broward County. I think we've shown that when we were in Tallahassee. So I don't know in what instances that we have shown that we're not together. When we come to the place was talking about as far as Representative LaMarca is concerned, full transparency, and I'll share it, Chip, if you don't mind. When I became chair, Chip and I did have a conversation with each other, and Chip shared as far as us feeling not as included as we should, as him being the lone Republican here on the delegation. And he made a fair statement, and I shared with him that while I was chair, I would work to try to figure out if the delegation would move to that we can work to reflect how this looks and what Representative Umfroy said. And so I want to put that on the table because I shared something with Chip LaMarca after becoming chair, and Chip, I want to put that on the table to make it clear that you and I had that discussion just for the delegation, the body can know. But I also want to make it known that this delegation is not divided. That we are together, Representative Umfroy, and that we always have been. So I just want to make sure that we're clear on that. Because the new members, I want you all to know when we go to Tallahassee, we do work together very well. Thanks.
Chair, may I please rebut my colleague?
Yes, you can.
Thank you so much, Chair. What I'm asking for tonight is for us to look at the things that we're going to be facing in Tallahassee, and the fact that we need to make sure that we allow all of the brilliant minds that we have serving an opportunity to serve, not just because we belong to one party or another. And that is what I'm requesting. I am sorry if our former chair, Senator, took offense to my statement. I was merely reflecting that we need to make sure that we are more inclusive in our leadership.
Thank you for your comments. Was there, Representative LaMarca, did you want to address?
If I could.
Go right ahead.
Thank you. And I appreciate the words from now Senator Jones, and I'm really taken back by the kind words and honesty of Representative Umfroy. What I do want to point out is just up the road, maybe an hour or two ago today, the Palm Beach County delegation saw it within their authority to name Representative Michael Caruso as their vice chair. We're going to be doing a lot of work in Tallahassee this year. Most of it's going to be blocking and tackling and dealing with a big hole in the budget. I'm putting myself out there. If you find that to be something that this board, this delegation would like to do, it's something I'm willing to do. I spent about 8 years down the street dealing with a lot of the feeling that Representative Umfroy mentioned. I'm not bringing that here, but that's my history, and I would just say that, look, it's not just Broward County that's watching. I think a lot of folks are watching what happens here tonight. It's not that momentous of an issue. I understand that to many, but it is when you go to Tallahassee and you sit with leadership and you say, well, you know, how is your delegation treating you? How are your neighbors treating you? That type of thing. The vast majority of the folks here have been very decent and honorable to me. A few have struck the same chord as that, Representative Onfroy has mentioned. We got past our elections. I don't think that's any reason to sweep things under the rug. We got past a lot of us got past our elections for the fortitude and the grit that we have, and that is because we went out and worked our tails off. So, having said that, let's look at what Palm Beach County did, and if you all see it within your reach, it's something I'd be willing to do, and I'd certainly be willing to support my friend, Mr. Representative Gottlieb, in the next round of this. But I'm putting my name out there, and I'm probably not going to do it again.
All right, thank you. Representative Geller.
Yeah, I said most of what I had to say in my nomination, but I just want to add, you know, I think Mike Gottlieb is just an outstanding leader. My nominating him is not in any way a reflection of the respect I have for Representative LaMarca. I work with him. We've worked on a lot of stuff together, and I think he's a great member. But the leadership of the delegation should reflect the composition of the delegation and of the voters that we all represent as a county. I don't think it's any slight to somebody that you don't select them as one of the top 2 leaders that we have. I certainly wouldn't be part of that, and I make it my business never to disrespect anybody at any time when speaking publicly or otherwise. I want to be clear that my support for Michael Gottlieb is based on what kind of a person he is, on the work that he does, and on the leadership ability that he brings. It's not against anybody else. It's for Michael Gottlieb. He's an outstanding choice and an outstanding member, and I just heartily urge all of our members to support him based on him.
What we will do is we're going to hear from, I was going to hear from Representative Gottlieb last, since Representative LaMarca got to speak, but if the senator from the north end of the county wants to speak, then I will recognize her.
Thank you, Senator Thurston. I'll be brief. Since I'm the only one here from Palm Beach County, let me explain. In Palm Beach County, the bylaws of the delegation require that we have a Democrat and a Republican as chair and vice chair. We all unanimously voted for Michael Caruso today, as we did for David Silvers to be our chair. I agree with Representative Geller that this is about Representative Gottlieb. Until I sat here just now, I did not know that Representative LaMarca was interested in this position. Representative Gottlieb called everyone and solicited our support. I had no idea, so had I known before, then maybe it would be a different decision. But no one even knew that you were interested, and at least I didn't. And I can certainly attest to both of their, you know, capability. They're in my class as in the House 2 years ago, and respect both of them very much. But as I said, this comes as a bit of a surprise, and it is very different than the rules in Palm Beach County. So just wanted everyone to know that.
Thank you, Senator Polsky. And now I'm going to turn to Representative Gottlieb to just give us a few words, and then just so that you know, we could take this vote privately, we could take this vote by roll call, but we're going to put both there, and we'll just, by a show of hands, and whoever has the most votes will win. Is that all right? Yeah. All right. Representative Gottlieb, you go right ahead.
Senator, I'm sorry. Do we have rules on the issue? That would be the only thing if we have caucus.
I don't know.
We have delegation rules on the issue. They should be adhered to, and I have no.
Well, I'll ask the council for the delegation to look into that as we hear from Representative Gottlieb.
Thank you, Senator. First and foremost, I want to thank my colleagues that nominated me and that seconded the nomination. I also want to speak to one lesson that I learned really early on in my political life, which is not that long. It's been about 2 years. The first lesson I learned was not to have a rear view mirror. And what that means is don't look back, don't dwell on the past. Whatever fights you've had in the past, or we think that we've had as a delegation, we need to move forward in a positive direction, not focusing on whatever somebody got mired on in the past. And I was born and raised in Broward County. I love Broward County. I live in Broward County with my wife and my kids, as obviously everybody else here does or has their connection to. And I want to take Broward County forward in a positive direction. I think that I have worked as hard, obviously, as anybody else here. I've passed 5 bills in 2 years, and I did that because I have the ability to reach across the aisle. I worked with Republican leadership to pass Alyssa's law with Representative Daley and Senator Book. And we got that done not because we're divisive, not because I'm a divisive individual, but because I have the ability to work with my Republican partners up in Tallahassee. And I have nothing but respect for Chip. And I had heard that perhaps he was going to run, but likewise, I wasn't certain. I tried to text every single member of this delegation to either welcome them if they were new, and if they were new, I didn't ask for their support because I knew that they didn't know me. And if you were an existing member, I did ask for your support. I want to take this delegation forward in a positive direction, representing everybody in Broward County, as I have for the past 2 years. I have represented every single person in my district. I don't care who you voted for and if you didn't vote for me. In fact, I ran against 5 people in my first election, and there was a lot of mudslinging against me. I didn't sling any mud, and I have to tell you, I work with those people now because they're in other offices, and I work with them very well, and we've buried the hatchet. And I think that this delegation, whatever existed in the past, we should air it privately, get past it, and move on, because we are stronger together, and I want to take us in that direction, stronger together, and I hope that I get your support.
Thank you, Representative Gottlieb. Attorney Shaw, are you there? Well, I've looked at the rules, and the rules says for the chair that there's a roll call vote, but it doesn't say for the vice chair. On a roll call vote, I think would be difficult because we would have to take a vote on one and then a vote on the other. I think that the way to handle this is to, both have been nominated. Let's take a vote on the members who, of the delegation who supports the first nomination, and then we'll take a show of hands for the second nomination. And then we'll see, and I see some unreadiness from Representative Geller. I did say this was going to be a short meeting, but go ahead, Representative Geller. Go right ahead.
If the rules call for a roll call for chair, you know, I was perfectly ready to go along the other way, but if the rules say a roll call for chair, I would think we should stick with the same rule for vice chair, because the fact is members are entitled to vote as they want, but our constituents also may have some interest in knowing how their representative voted. I'd suggest to you that there's a simple way to do it. When you take the roll call, we've got 2 names in nomination. Every person just says who it is they're voting for. They just say, I'm for this one or I'm for that one, and that's not going to take any time.
Thank you for that input. Representative Jones, Senator Jones.
Thank you so much, Chair. Chair, is it possible if we could take 5 minutes, please? 5 minutes or 2 minutes?
I understand that you want to take a couple of minutes. I want to go ahead and do this and move on. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take this vote, and we're going to take it right now.
Okay.
So if anybody has an idea, anybody else want the roll call? If not, we're going to do it by a show of hands.
Chair, the reason I was asking, can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
The reason I was asking is because, you know, to see if Representative LaMarca would allow Representative Gottlieb to go ahead and run the gamut this go around, and then over the switch over next year, then we can.
The only problem with that is there are others who have expressed interest as well. We're going to have that vote. We're going to decide now, and then we're going to move over, and it's going to be before we take the vote.
Thank you, Senator. I'm going to propose something that, look, it seemed to work for the leadership of the Minority House Caucus this year. I propose that I have the opportunity to work with Michael Gottlieb instead of in any other way and be co-vice chairs.
Well, I want to thank you for your offering your proposal, at this time, we're going to have the vote.
You had
Representative Robinson.
You asked, did anyone else think we should do a roll call? I do think we should do a roll call.
You think we should do a roll call? Is that the will of the majority?
Yes.
All right, that's fine. Let's do a roll call. Senator Book.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just to understand, Representative LaMarca, did you just suggest that you would share the responsibilities of being the vice chair? Did I understand that?
Correct.
Well, that's fine that that's been offered,
I was
but
just
that's
checking.
not
Okay.
been accepted, and therefore, we're going to move forward with the vote. Roll call. First of all,
If that's on me to accept, I'm willing to comply with whatever the rules allow. If the rules allow it, I'd certainly welcome it. I have no objection to it if the rules allow it. And I've worked with Chip. He's helped me and I've helped him in the past. So I certainly, Rep. LaMarca, I certainly have no objection to it. I just don't know if it's allowed by the rules. So that's all I would say.
give us a second. And as we take that second, prepare, when the roll call is made, you just say who you're voting for. We're going to do one roll call. Each member will be called. You would either vote for Representative Gottlieb or you will vote for Representative LaMarca.
Excuse me, Chair. I'm confused a little bit. Are we going to check to see if we're allowed to do a co-chairship like we did in the Florida House or not? Because I think if we do a roll call, then it becomes a situation where we don't get a chance to have that kind of a co-partnership that is strong.
Thank you for your comment.
Thank you, Chair.
Is there anything in the rules?
For the record, Mr. Chair,
Yes.
next time it's going to be a woman, because, you know, we wouldn't have all these problems if that were the case. Just saying.
All right. Well, thank you. We appreciate it all. But let me tell you, there are other people who have approached about running for this position, and I know that there have been some discussions with them, and I don't really want to get into all of that. But those people, when the next time come, will have an opportunity to run as well. Madam Director, call the roll.
Senator, if I might, if you haven't, I'm sorry to interrupt, but if we haven't got an answer on the rules, I don't know how you can go forward, but.
Well,
if-
I've got an answer on the rule. It does not address it. It does not address.
So if it doesn't address it, then it's something we can consider.
If it doesn't address it, we're going to move forward with the vote the way that the rules address. So we're going to have a chair and we're going to have a vice chair.
Okay, well, let me offer this then. I'm going to withdraw my name from consideration. Representative Omfroy, I very much appreciate your heartfelt comments. Look, when someone tells you who they are, you should believe them. And I appreciate the opportunity to have that conversation, Representative Omfroy and Representative Jones, for what you've said, but I'm going to withdraw my name.
Thank you. Let's move forward. So there's no need for an election at this point. The chair for the delegation for 2021 would be myself, and the vice chair would be Representative Gottlieb. For the record, let me, as the chair, as we move into the finalizing of this meeting, let me just say this. Sometimes there's contention, and it's brought on unnecessarily and intentionally. I would like to indicate to the members of this caucus that I've known Representative LaMarca for years. My family members know him. He's appointed members of my family to committees when he was on the county. So there's no animosity here. But as you heard, there have been people jockeying and lobbying for these positions. You know, I was the chair of the House Democratic Caucus, which was more difficult than being elected to the representatives. So these committees, chairs, and leadership races are sometimes more contentious than the elections that we love the fact that Bobby and Evan share their position as co-leaders, but for purposes of what we're trying to accomplish, I think that it's better that we have a chair and a vice chair. I do think that Representative LaMarca would be a good chair or vice chair of this organization, and I look forward to working with him and serving under him if that's the will of the body as we move forward. We're going to close this out, those are not the remarks that I was planning to make, but sometimes the remarks that you make are based on the substance of the meeting. But Representative Geller, I see you've got some unreadiness. I just insist that you don't want us to have a short meeting tonight, but I'm going to recognize Representative Geller.
And I'll be short. I want to say that I thank Representative Lamarca for his action in withdrawing his name. I think it shows his dedication to the unity of this caucus. And I just want to say personally that I appreciate that, Representative. Thank you very much for taking that action to help to preserve our unity. It's not unnoticed.
And lastly, you know, people put themselves out for these positions, just like you when you elected to run. Well, Chevron Jones, Senator Chevron Jones now, is the leader of our delegation, and I would like to take this opportunity to ask the prior leaders of the delegation to say something as we recognize Chevron. I think we have a little token here, and I'm going to ask Senator Farmer and Representative DuBose, both to being our leaders. Or Evan who was the last leader?
Richard.
No, I think it was Star.
Star.
Farmer, Evan, and
I haven't been chair for a decade.
it's been a while. So we'll just let Farmer and Bobby DuBose, Representative DuBose, say a quick word as we present this to Chevron Jones.
Thank you, Chair. And Senator Jones, it's great to be able to call you Senator Jones. Really look forward to serving with you in the Florida Senate. Your passion for your district, for your county, is unparalleled. And you show that each and every day, whether it's in Tallahassee or whether it's down here, working on constituent issues, helping people with unemployment claims, helping people with food insecurity, whatever it may be. You put your heart and soul into being a representative of this community, and you really embody the term public servant. And it has been an honor to serve with you. I look forward to continuing to serve with you. You did excellent work as chair of this delegation, and it's onward and upward. Senator Thurston has some big shoes to fill. So thank you, sir, for your service and for your friendship. Thank you.
And the chair now recognizes Representative Bobby DuBose.
Thank you, Senator Thurston. I can't call you Sen Rep because I gave that to Representative Thompson, so I'm going to call you Rep Sen. But I will start by saying we're definitely going to miss you in the House, my brother. You are a true definition of a statesman. Watching you, no matter how passionate you are about your issue, you stick to your guns, you make your point. But the thing that I probably admire about you the most, no matter how difficult it is, you are always able to find the middle ground. Even as you did today, you are a consensus builder, and that is something that is very challenging at times in this process. And I think that is the most resounding skill. And I was glad that you served us as the delegation chair in the House during your last term in the House. I look forward to working with you and visiting you in the upper chamber, but don't forget about us in the House. You did an excellent job, and I'm gonna miss you in the House, but I will see you in Tallahassee. Congratulations on a fine term as chair of this delegation.
And we said we would be here 1 hour, so since we're not calling on Representative Geller,
I didn't
we
say I
will
was
call
done.
on Evan, leader.
Oh, he's gonna say that.
Yeah.
No, I don't think there is a kinder, more thoughtful person than I've ever had the pleasure of serving with. I'm going into my 13th and 14th, my final 2 years. I can remember eating lunch with you in Hallandale when you were just thinking about running. And I told you, there's a few different ways to get things done, and you found your own, and you created your own. And I respect that to the utmost. You've done a great job representing your district first and foremost. And the light that you bring into that chamber, or you have brought in that chamber for that last 8 years, is going to be sorely missed. But I am happy that we're still going to get to see each other all the time. And you're really one of my favorite representatives I've ever served with and had the honor and pleasure of serving with. And thank you. Thank your family for making you the man you are today. And thank you to Matthew for putting up with all this nonsense you have to, too. So I appreciate you, and thank you. It's a deep, heartfelt thank you. I'm going to miss you in that chamber, but I doubt I'll be bored over there. But if you get bored over there in the other side of the hallway, come on over and come hang out with us, please. You're always welcome.
I too want to congratulate you for a job well done. And Chevin, I'm sure you won't get bored and want to go back to the crazy house. So you'll stay over there with us. And let me present you with this award, which is from the delegation. All of the delegation members for doing a wonderful job.
Put your mask on.
You're doing a wonderful job. Now, Representative Bowles, for what purpose?
Mr. Chair, we got a little surprise for you, and I got the honor of doing it in the spirit of Fanu Pie. So you have a special guest here.
Whoa, special guest for me? All right.
Good evening, good evening. My name is Chris Robinson. I am the president of the Pompano Beach Alumni Chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. And I'm here to congratulate one of Pompano's native sons, my fraternity brother, Senator Perry Thurston. Senator Thurston, you are the epitome of our fundamental purpose of our fraternity, which is achievement in every field of endeavor. And I want to thank you as a resident of the communities in which you serve with your time, your patience, your contributions, and your hard work. I want to say thank you and congratulations to you, as now you're the leader of leaders. And I know that you'll do an excellent job. I can't wait to see what else God blesses you with. Say thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Robinson. And for those of you who don't know, Kappa Alpha Psi is the greatest fraternity in the world.
And all the noobs say, yo.
Lies.
And all the alphas
Lies.
be quiet.
Yo.
Lies.
Let me say this. We're going to adjourn, and I want to thank everybody for coming. I want you to know that as we move forward, we've got a couple of items that we need to address. We're going to keep our meetings short, to the point. Representative Gottlieb and I both practice law. We are full-time attorneys and part-time legislators. We will try to meet in the evenings when we can. That's so that everybody can participate and the community can participate as well. There are some meetings that we won't be able to do that. There's one contentious issue that we've been talking about. It. We don't expect any local bills on this point, but we may have a workshop of annexations across the county. Annexations, just that, I represent some unincorporated areas who want to address the annexation. There are other communities, municipalities who want to address it. So we'll have a workshop dealing with that just to see, is there any appetite to really get into that. I can tell you it's something that's always is contentious, so we may not be able to do that, but we're going to have a workshop to talk about it. It appears that Representative Geller has some unreadiness before we move to adjourn.
Where's the Thurston speech? I've been counting on that.
Well, I've indicated that we're going to be out by 7.
Oh, just give us a taste now. Come on.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. The motion.
So moved.
We're adjourned.